The husbands don't usually manage the kids. So the women, when the children grow up, have already been trained in a way or experienced in the practice of management. So there's no reason to think that many of them can't become entrepreneurs or become managers. And I think women are more natural managers, or let me put it a little differently. Women have the characteristics that I think are important in effective managers. They're more collaborative, they're more willing to work in groups, they're better listeners than men, and so on and so forth. These are generalizations. Obviously, there's all kinds of exceptions, but so women can function quite well as managers. Maybe they're not as much risk takers as men are, so maybe they need some way to get around that, or start small, or have support of some kind or other. But they could do very well. One other point about women becoming managers and economic development in your own region, you didn't mention social enterprise. But when we think of business, we think of commercial, well, not commercial, but what we think of business investor enterprise. But there are also a lot of businesses that are social enterprises. In other words, they're not necessarily for profit. They could be cooperatives, for example. And women are good. We have I live outside of Montreal, mostly about an hour from Montreal. We have a co-op here that's run by about 5 women. It's a kind of combination restaurant and food, like grocery, but good groceries, like organic kind of foods. And they do that very well. They run it well. They're naturals at it. So when you talk about risk taking, entrepreneurs who invest their own capital take risk, and all entrepreneurs take risk with their own time. But if you look at social enterprise, it's a different kind of risk, and it may be more natural for women. So I happen to think that women could do very well. I hope a woman will be the next president of the United States of America, and as many people do. And her opponent is a male who has destroyed one business after the other, but makes a lot of noise. He doesn't lack for confidence. He just lacks for capability. And he has very little capability to listen. And women, with exceptions, like men with exceptions, are rather good listeners. So to me, that's a natural. And, while you're raising the kids, it might be too much, but the kids grow up, and then you've got all that managerial skill that you've already developed.